I don't hear any background noise.
Can you hear me?
Ah.
Johnson City's home.
Alrighty, thank you.
Hey, y'all need help, bro?
Oh, man, that's extra grand.
I'm a great commentator.
Who is it?
I don't know.
No.
There ain't nothing
I cut our microphones down.
Hey, Loretto basketball's good, right? Yeah. I like it. I like basketball.
Hey, if you're broadcasting, you should like whatever that like to check your
Talk.
Heck, I think I like about just anything.
Why am I what?
Still coming through.
Like, baseball, it's like strap, ball, foul ball, and I'm like, yeah, I got it.
football is just
Yeah, same with soccer. I can't watch soccer.
soccer's hard to cover unless you really know the team. If you're looking down, you're like,
Even though hockey's a little more, actually, I still can't
to Middle Tennessee Christian, home of the first round game between Loretto and University School of Jackson. Lineups are being announced now for both teams. And the coaches meeting going on at home plate. I'm Cam Ashburn, and I am joined by Stanley Wilson here from the press box.
Hey, Cam, seems like we've been here before, third year in a row for Loretto, and we're right back here at Middle Tennessee Christian School. We're ready to capture a back-to-back state championship at Class A.
Yeah, absolutely. And this has become a regular occurrence for this senior class, as this is the 4th, 5th, 6th state tournament appearance.
Yep, the last time these kids were
in
up here in
basketball and baseball, so yeah.
Murfreesboro for a sporting event, they won the state championship in basketball. Exactly right.
So these seniors are definitely no stranger to this field and to this setting, as Ryan Weathers will go tonight, and the scouts are out in full force. The general manager of the Atlanta Braves is here. And so we've got a full house of.
You think they're looking for broadcasters? Or
I think they are. I think
pitchers?
that's what I think they're looking for a new broadcast team. So we'll be sure to get them a copy of this. I think we will do the job, don't you? I think we can do it. I'll take a nice pay raise.
Well, I talked to Coach Gary Lamb before the game, and one of the questions I asked him was about complacency. I mean, these guys have been here. They won it all last year. Or they still have the hunger? And he said, oh, definitely yes. So it's a good thing that they got the experience, but you can't be happy with just one championship. They got to have that hunger, and they do this year to get that back-to-back state championship.
And, of course, Loretto this morning, Ryan Weathers became the first player in Tennessee history to win the Mr. Tennessee Mr. Baseball 2 years in a row.
Yes, he's making Liberty Grove very proud down there. 2 years in a row as a junior and as a senior, Mr. Baseball for the state of Tennessee in Class A.
So the congratulations to Ryan Weathers as he picked up the hardware in the ceremony early this morning.
Well, real quickly, let's go over the starting lineup. Speaking of Ryan Weathers, he'll lead off and bat first and pitch, of course. Kendall Franklin will be in center field batting second. Jake Jackson will be batting third behind the plate doing the catching. At third base batting cleanup will be Blade Tidwell. Jacob Hallmark will be playing shortstop batting fifth. Jason Sharpton will be the second baseman. Evan Morgan will be the DH. Sky McNatt will be in left field. Jacob James will be in right field batting ninth. And playing first base and not batting will be Gunnar Dixon. And the team that we'll be facing is the university team of Johnson City. Their nickname is the Junior Buccaneers because they're a school, school on the university where the East Tennessee State University is located. They'll have Cass Blevins as a pitcher. He'll be batting first. A.J. Simmerly will be in center field. Jacob Hare will be the left fielder batting third. Carter Pollock will be the third baseman batting fourth. Michael DiGiorno will be the shortstop batting fifth. Jake Bembry will be the second baseman batting sixth. Brant Hare will be at first base batting seventh. And batting eighth will be Caleb Meredith in right field. And batting ninth will be Hunter Seahorn, the catcher. And we're about ready, and here's Cam Mashburn for the first pitch.
Ryan Weathers steps into the plate from the right side. First pitch is a strike.
Big left-hander out to the mound for University.
0-1. Weathers gets into it, steps back. That's going way out of play. He got all of that one, and it's foul. If he had straightened that one out, that was a home run.
Cleared the trees out there in left field. Just got out in front of it. So he's in the hole 0-2, Cam.
The 0-2 pitch. He's pitching from the stretch. Ball high, 1-2. Blevins. 1-2. Weathers swings. Chopper to third. Third baseman has it. Throw the first is high and over his head. Weathers rounds first. He's headed to second. And so Weathers slides head first into second base. And the error on the throw. And the Loretto Mustangs have the first runner aboard. And Weathers
Going to take off his protective
Yeah,
gear and give it to his dad, David Weathers.
The way he was holding his hand, I thought he might have had a little raspberry or strawberry on that wrist, but that isn't the case. He got the protection from his ankles and arms. Back to the third base coach, his father, former major leaguer David Weathers.
Where Carter Pollock fielded it cleanly, but his throw was high, went over the first baseman's head.
Kendall Franklin steps in. First pitch is swing, hit for a base hit out to left field. Weathers to third, and Franklin with a single.
Yeah, they're going to hold him up at third base with nobody out. You don't want to get it out at the plate.
And that'll bring up Jake Jackson. Look for Franklin to be moving over to the second. No outs in the inning, bottom of the first.
Yeah, Kendall Franklin jumped on that first pitch. So 2 batters into the ball game. Loretto's got a chance to score right here.
Pickoff move to first. Runner goes, and he slides in. He's out at second, but Weathers will come across to score.
I think Kendall Franklin got a little bit early jump. Left-hander Blevins on the mound. It's hard to read those pitchers.
It was a good pickoff move, and you're right. Kendall was going, and he left early and
produced a run as heads-up base running by Ryan Weathers.
Pitch is fouled off by Jackson off the Loretto dugout. The 1 to Jackson, nobody on. Off-speed pitch misses outside. 1-1, 1-0 Loretto, 1 out in the inning. The 1-1 comes inside, and they call that a ball or a strike. That was a ball all the way. I have no idea where you get a strike on that one. Much to the disagreement of the Loretto faithful.
And there's a bunch of them here tonight.
A 1-2 swung, hit hard down the left field line. It's getting out of play, and it was slicing all the way. So we'll do it again. I still don't get it how he called that a strike. It nearly hit him in the ankles. The 1-2 swung, hit to the left field, right field. Right fielder settles under it. He's got it, 2 outs in the inning.
Yeah, Meredith had to take about 2 or 3 steps to his right, and that was an easy out. Jackson just trying to protect the plate with 2 strikes.
So Blevins has given up 2 hits in the inning, 1 run, but he's got 2 outs. And the sophomore Blade Tidwell steps in. Fouled off to the back screen, 0-1.
Well, Ryan Weathers has been pitching in the last 2 years. You think 1 run might be enough, Cam? But you want more.
He's only allowed 1 run all season. 2 runs in the last 2 years.
Incredible. I think that's why the GM of the Braves is here.
Faced 22 batters on Friday night, struck out 18. There's a hit up the middle. So Tidwell's aboard with a 2-out single. And that's going to bring up Hallmark.
Take a hit from the Mustangs.
And playing the shortstop, number 14, Jacob Hallmark.
Here comes Hollywood.
Hit up the middle. Base hit. Hallmark headed the second, runner to the third. He's safe. And that was close as the umpire, home plate umpire, called Tidwell safe at third. And I think University School is going to have some disagreement with that clause. It was extremely close.
And their coach comes out of the baseline. Doesn't go into the field of play, but runners at second and third now with 2 out. And Evan Morgan coming up.
Morgan digs in from the left side of the plate. Base hit will score 2 runs. First pitch is a strike.
Check that, it's Sharpton.
Sharpton hits a chopper up the middle. Second baseman comes. He can't hang on. One run is in. Hallmark comes around. He will score, and it's 3-0 Loretto in the top half of the first inning.
Loretto scoring 2 runs after 2 outs here. Jason Sharpton, nice hit right back up the middle, stepping right back toward the pitcher and right out of the grasp with the second baseman.
3-0 top of the first, 2 outs. Morgan steps in, throw to first, runner back safely. Sharpton on first, 2 outs.
Sky McNabb on deck if they can keep the inning alive here with 2 outs.
Florida leads 3-0. Fouled off the top of the right field dugout. Runner was running.
Yeah, exactly right. Loretto being aggressive with a 3-0 lead here in the top of the first inning. Now Ryan's got 3 runs to work with, Cam.
Of course, last year he set the state record for the most strikeouts in a state tournament game. Throw to first again, runner back safely. And they say he lacks a true out pitch. That's what they say.
They as being the experts.
That's right. Of course, next week he's projected to go in the top 20 of the draft. Fouled off. Now it's hit straight up. Pitcher settles under it. He's got it, and that will end the top of the first for the Mustangs, but not before they get 4 hits and 3 runs and 1 error. We played a half an inning from Murfreesboro. You're listening to Mustang Baseball on X Sports Nation.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on a previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition. Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Chloe, and my granny, Melanie Stone, is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
Middle Tennessee Christian School, right down the road from the airport. Weathers takes the mound here in the bottom of the first. Loretto's got a 3-0 lead. Blevins is the batter. First pitch inside for a ball, and that fastball was moving.
That was scary if you're a batter.
You don't want to crowd the plate. The 1-0 strike outside corner. Weathers, 1-1. That pitch is going to be fouled off. So it's 1-2 to Blevins. First batter in the bottom of the first for University School of Johnson City. The 1-2. And fastball hitting. He swung. That should be a strikeout. And they're going to meet. And Loretto and Coach Lamb comes out and says he swung. He should be out. And they're going to meet about it. Let's see what they say. Is he went to swing and kind of stepped into the pitch. It was coming close to him regardless.
Well, the first base umpire already coming over. The home plate umpire and third base umpire talking.
Let's see.
And
He's bringing him back.
Yep.
And I think they're going to say it was a foul. So they're going to make him step back in again.
Yeah, well, it'll be 1 and 2.
Well, that's what they're going to say. He fouled it off. So he was swinging, kind of trying to get out of the way of it. He's kind of hanging over the plate a little bit. The 1-2 nonetheless. And that ball comes in slider, curve. Actually, that was a curve, I believe. It was filthy.
Ball dropped. What a curveball.
Yeah, that was. So the first strikeout of the game for Weathers. One out. Right-hander. Simmerly. Fastball lows, fouled off. The 1. Curveball, strike 2.
Oh, my goodness. That started out the left-handed batter's box and broke over the plate for his
He's got a
strike.
big hook. That's pretty new in his repertoire in the last year and a half. And there's a slider inside corner, ground to third, throw to first in time.
Great
And
throw
2
by
outs.
Tidwell. What an arm over there at third base.
Of course, Tidwell is a Tennessee commit, just a sophomore. Jacob Hare will step in for University School. Weathers looks him down, got his sign. 2 outs. The pitch. Another breaking pitch. Strike 1. The 0-1, the Hare. Got him swinging. Another breaking pitch.
Ball was in the dirt and he swung at it.
Oh, 2. Ball's low for ball 1. And the pitch count will come into play here if Loretto wants to try to pitch Weathers on Friday, if they were lucky enough to make it that far. Has 75 pitches, and he can go on Friday on just 3 days rest. The 1-2. And they're going to call strike 3. Nope, they're going to call it a ball.
So 2 and 2 now.
Weathers thought he was out of the inning, and I think the Loretto faithful did too.
Yeah, Ryan took a little walk behind the mound.
The 2-2 struck him out then. 1, 2, 3. In order goes University School of Johnson City. Loretto leads 3-0 after 1. We're headed to the top of the 7th. Second, you're listening to Egg Sports Nation.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my granny Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition. Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
And welcome back here to Middle Tennessee Christian. First round of the Spring Fling Baseball Tournament from Murfreesboro. Loretto leads after 1, 3-0. And they come to bat here at the top of the 2nd.
You got Sky McNabb, Jacob James will be up. Then we'll go back to the top of the order with Ryan Weathers. And they Sent 7 men to the plate in the first inning.
So McNatt steps in. Blevins. Actually, that's not Blevins. That you got a new pitcher.
Yeah, they do. Hang on, Stephanie will tell us over here. The official scorekeeper for the TSSAA.
First pitch with the ball. Second pitch is a strike to McNatt. .23 is the pitcher. And there's a hit up the middle. And it's going to find Green. And McNatt's aboard with a leadoff hitter.
He fought it off his hands, off the handle of the bat, but it's just enough to get out of the reach of the shortstop into short center field. So leadoff man on for Loretto.
And that's going to bring up the big fella, Jacob James. Number 8 hitter. Steps in from the left side of the plate.
Let's see if they got a bunt here.
James steps in. He's swinging away. Pitches inside. 1-0.
Well, with 3-0, you're still looking for some runs here.
Absolutely.
If it was a closer game late in the innings, they may try to get that run.
Throw back over the first. McNatt back safely. James pitches outside. 3-0. Just 2-0 actually. The 2-0, and that catches the outside corner. 2-1. Loretto Faithful didn't agree with that one either. The 2-1, pitches outside, runner goes. He's there safely as the ball got away from the shortstop coming over to cover. And it's 3-1 to Jacob James. And we've got Sky Manette on second. No outs in the top half of the second inning.
Well, 3-1 count. You got Ryan Weathers on deck. They're going to come right to him. So this is a hitter's count right here. Loretto using that speed to put pressure on the University of Johnson City, the Junior Bucks.
Pitches outside, and he will take his base. So in digs Ryan Weathers from the right side of the plate. That's kind of an enigma, is it not? That he's a left-handed pitcher, but he bats
right-handed.
And he writes right-handed.
Oh, does he?
He shoots basketball left-handed. Wonder where he plays golf. And there's a hard breaking pitch on the outside for a strike, and Ryan didn't like that call. He shakes his head.
We were watching the Major League Baseball game the other night with a guy that can throw both ways.
That's plays for the Giants?
Yep. I believe that was it.
0-1 to Weathers from the stretch. Pitch is outside. 1-1. Two runners on. McNatt on second. James on first. No outs in the top of the second. The 1-1 to Weathers. Inside call for a strike. And Ryan didn't like that call. It's a very, very wide strike zone.
Yeah, it's going both ways for both teams, that's for sure.
The 1-2 to Weathers. Outside for 2-2. No outs. Bird delivers. And it's hit hard right at the shortstop. And it was right at him. He didn't have to move. And 1 out in the inning as Weathers got all of that one.
Yeah, he hit it hard, but right at the shortstop. Almost a double play, but McNatt got back at second very quickly.
I thought for a second it was going to get over shortstop Gennarno's head. Runners goes, pitch, swung, hit, and it's going to get lost in the lines. The ball's down. It's going all the way to the wall. Manette rounds third, and he will score. And Franklin is standing on second with a double.
Well, it's kind of a twilight time right now of the day, and both runners took off on a double steal, and Kendall Franklin got the ball up in the air, and the left fielder had problems with it. It dropped, and McNatt, who was trying to scurry back to the second base, he fell. And then as soon as he saw the ball on the ground, he took off back for the third and made a run to home.
Yeah, he fell, and he was going to start retreating, and about the time he realized the ball was going to fall, and Jake Jackson will dig in with 2 runners on for third and second. There's a strike on the outside corner, curveball. 0-1 to Jackson. Bird isn't pitching. Took over for the starter. He got popped on the hand, I believe. Earlier in that pitch is outside. Nearly got away from the catcher. He was able to get it before any runner could advance.
Well, you know, Cam, I mean, you got this pitch count in high school baseball, and if you're university school, you take your best pitcher out. Going against Ryan Weathers, I mean, he's already got 3 runs at that time when he took him out. That was 4 runs. Try to save him the rest of the week. That could be a strategy there for him.
It is double elimination at this point.
That one's inside, 2-1 now.
2-1 to Jackson. Swung, hit up the middle, Jackson. And that might play 2. Coming across is James. Headed home is Franklin. He's going to be there safely, and Jackson's going to scurry to second. After that one got behind the catcher.
Yeah, it hit right in front of the pitching mound, in between the home plate and the pitching mound, and it squirted off to the first base side, and he was able to score easily.
So now, best case scenario for the Mustangs. As so 2 runs come across, and it's all of a sudden 6-0 Loretto.
You got Hollywood back up there.
Runner in scoring position is Jackson, and that one comes right at Hallmark's head, and he's able to duck. Excuse me, that's Blade Tidwell.
Check that.
Stop listening to you, Stanley.
I know.
That one come right at his head. He was able to get out of the way.
What I did, I looked on deck.
Tidwell pitches outside, 2 balls. So the run rule will become into effect at some point, and that will save a pitch count if they're able to get that here in this first round game. Hit up the middle. Jackson rounds third, and he kind of stumbled, and he's going to stay, and that's where he's going to end up. It's a single for Blade Tidwell.
Well,
and that's 8 hits in the game. We're only in the top of the second.
Well, only 1 out, and Coach Weathers wanted to hold him up at third. If there's 2 outs, you try to take that chance, but you don't want to run yourself out of a big inning. And here comes Jacob Hollywood.
One out in the inning. Runners at the corners. Runner goes to second. Pitch is there, and he didn't get the tag down. He's safe that the runner is going to come across and score is Jackson. So they didn't get the tag. The throw was there.
Well, Bimmer, the second baseman, he was kind of aggravated. He didn't get the call, and that allowed the runner to come on in, and Jackson crossed the plate easily.
He slid under the tag, and pitch is a strike, and he's 1-1. 1-1. And he calls it a ball, 2-1. 7-0 your score. Loretto leads. Top of the second. Throw back to second.
A lob throw.
Just buying some time. Hallmark steps back in. Bird gets his sign from the mound. Pitch is low. 3-1 to Jacob Hallmark. He'd be one of these kids that's looking for his third state title in the last year. 2 in baseball, 1 in basketball. Missed part of this baseball season after the state championship game. Rolled his ankle pretty bad, and there's a swing. Hit the center field. Center fielder on. It's going to fall in for a base hit. And runners at the corners again for the Mustangs.
Well, it keeps on going, the hit parade for Loretto.
Just 1 out in the inning. And stepping to the plate will be Jason Sharpton.
I think that was the 7th or 8th hit they got. 8th hit.
9th hit. Pitch is outside to Sharpton. Tidwell on third, Hallmark on first. One out in the inning.
And was fouled off.
One to Sharpton. Runners at the corners. Pitch is outside for a ball, 2-1. The 2-1 comes inside. Catcher did a good job blocking that one. Runners stay put.
Yeah, he shifted his weight over and got in front of that ball.
3-1 the count. And he walks him.
And the base will be full of Mustangs now. Time called by University School. Going to go a little meeting on the mound. Loretto threatening here with 1 out in the top of the second. They've already scored 4 to take a 7-0 lead over University School of Johnson City. Winner of this game will play South Pittsburgh, who won earlier over Trinity Christian. They'll play tomorrow at 12:30.
So that's an earlier start time.
So congratulations to the Summertown girls softball team. They won 6-2 over Whitwell, and so they'll play tomorrow at 4 o'clock over the Star Complex, McKnight Fields. I imagine that's what it's called. So we've got 2 schools, 2 teams from Lawrence County participating in spring fling here in Murfreesboro.
Of course, the Summertown tennis team's here as well.
I forgot about that. Thank you, Cam.
First pitch to Morgan is a ball. Bases loaded. 1 out here in the top of the second.
I forgot you were a big tennis fan.
I like to play tennis, Stanley. I do not. Although we used to use a tennis for a baseball. Tennis ball for a baseball. We used to use those little wooden bats. That's what we used to play with. You could hit those things a mile. 2-0 to Morgan. Bases loaded. Pitch. He turned around on it.
Fair.
Hit down the fair line on left field. 1 runs across. Here comes the second. He's going to score easily. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single for Evan Morgan. And the lead is now 9-0.
The scouts came here to watch Ryan Weathers. They haven't seen much of him so far because Loretto bats are doing the talking right now. 9 runs on 10 hits. Excuse me, 9 hits.
First pitch is a strike to McNatt. McNatt led off the inning, I believe.
Batted around.
6 runs have played it here in the top of the second. That pitch is a ball. 1-1 to McNatt. Bases are not loaded, but runners at the corners. You got Sharpton on third, Morgan on first. Pitch is inside for a strike, 1-2. Bird's got his sign. He throws, curve, and it's going to be looped right to the second. It's over his head, over the second baseman's head. And another run will come. And the runner's out at second, and that's a terrible call. It took him a while to make the call.
Well, it was a forced play at second base.
That's right. It was a force. You're exactly right.
He didn't have to tag it. He could play like a first baseman and just make the stretch, and that's what the umpire said he did.
Good call there, Stanley. But nonetheless, the runner comes across the score as Morgan was kind of hesitant at first because he thought the second baseman was going to grab it. So he was late getting to the bag there at second, and thus it was a forced play.
You got the number 9 hitter now. 10-0, Loretto leading.
2 outs down the inning.
Here comes the umbrellas.
For James, as it is starting to miss just a little bit. It is. See it in the lights.
Good curveball.
And it's for a strike, 2-1. Just a little light shower shown on the radar. Nothing significant. Should move on out of here pretty quickly.
I'll keep it going along lightning. Does it occur?
No, none of that around. Pitch is fouled off, 2-2. Sometime girls tennis lost to Signal Mountain in the semifinals today. Singles and doubles for Summertown will play on Thursday. 10-0 your score, top of the second. Loretto leads. That pitch is low. Full count. That pitch is outside, and James walks. 2 straight walks for Jacob James, and that's going to bring up Ryan Weathers. We've seen him bat more than we've seen him pitch.
I know.
It's his 3rd trip to the plate. He's only faced 3 batters. So Loretto, and if they can hold University School the rest of the way, they've got the run rule limit. And Weathers gets into that one. That ball is out of here. Back goes to the wall, and Weathers hits one out of the park. 13-0. Loretto. Not only can he pitch, he can hit.
A 3-run blast. So they're going to go up 13-0. So now the question is, how long you keep him pitching with that pitch count?
I think this is it. You know, with what I would not be surprised if you don't see Loretto. Ryan will not. I don't think he pitches the rest of the way here tonight.
Yeah,
because I mean, he would be good to go and fresh for Friday if you make it that far, and if you get in the pickle tomorrow, he's available.
Yep. Well, tomorrow's a big game too. I mean, looks like Loretta's in control of this one, 13-0, barring a miracle comeback.
I'd be, you never know, and you like to get pitchers in a rhythm. So you never know what they'll do, but I would be surprised. if he comes back out, as we've got a car alarm going off, and as Signal Mountain, excuse me, not Signal Mountain, but University School will make a pitching change. So we'll take a break. Top of the second with 2 outs. Loretto leads 13-0. Coming up the bat next will be Kendall Franklin after the pitching change. You're listening to Loretto Baseball on the X Sports Radio Network.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition. Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
Welcome back here. Pitch and change. And Meredith is the pitcher for University School of Johnson City.
Left-hander on the mound. They started with a left-hander and then turned to the right-hander Bird Blevins. Started the game. Now they got action in Loretto bullpen.
Yeah, I don't think Weathers comes back out. Pitch is outside. This game's well in hand. He faced 3 hitters.
Struck out 2 of them.
That's all they needed. Fouled off to the backstop. So if you're the Atlanta Braves general manager and you're here,
you need to be up here listening to us. That's what he knows what he's got in Ryan Weathers.
I mean, Ryan's not going to pitch anymore. So I mean, I'd hate for him to drive all the way from Atlanta to see this. He needs to just come up and just hang out with us, right?
Yeah, we need to do an interview with him about the baby Braves.
No, I think I'm the only non-Braves fan in this press box.
Well, that's right. You're one of those. Not only you're a redneck, you're a Reds fan, right?
That's right. There we go. A little Central Division love. Pitches inside, and they're going to call that a strike. That was anything but that'll end the inning.
Sympathy strike.
Sympathy strike, but not before Loretto plates 10 here in the top of the second. They lead 13-0. You're listening to X Sports Radio Network's coverage of Mustang baseball.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition. Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
And welcome back as Ryan Weathers does come back out to start the second. And we saw a little bit of shuffling going on as the scouts here in attendance all got up to leave when it looked like the player out of the bullpen was coming in to pitch. And Weathers turned around and went back to the dugout, and all the scouts got up like they were leaving. And it was a psych moment as he got back in and went back out to the bump, and you saw all the scouts turn around trying to find their seat back again.
Yeah, the entourage had to turn around. He threw a 95-mile-an-hour fastball in that first inning, so. And hit a bomb on the top of the second.
So Weathers will step back in.
21.
That might have been a situation where they asked the kid, what do you want to do? And it wouldn't be the first time they gave him that leeway.
Well, I mean.
First pitch is a strike, fastball to Pollock. And there's a nasty curveball.
You see a 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and you see a curveball like that.
0-2 to Pollock. And that one got away from him outside, 1-2.
Well, Ron's been all over the country this summer or last summer to pitching and
won a gold medal in the U.S. Amateur. And he got him checked up swing as that one was in the dirt. 1 out, and there's a strikeout for Weathers. He was on the U18 team for Team USA, went up to Canada and won a gold medal. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Gianero. 0-1, Weathers works quick. That one's outside, 1-1. And that one comes inside, fastball, and that nearly got him. 2-1 the count.
funny thing is the Braves are here to scout him, but after this pitch.
And there's a strike.
Went to a
2-2
speech that David did, and he said, I was never a Braves fan. I was a Dodgers fan.
Struck him out.
And I think he'll drive over to Atlanta.
Well, most of the farm teams, anything's going to happen next week. The draft, of course, is on the 4th. So you're looking at a week and a half. You've seen anywhere from 20th to 7th to 15th. I mean, it could be anywhere in that area, and you never know. But right now, he's looking at in the high school rankings, he's the number 2 pitcher out of that class. And there's a curve for strike 1 to Brimley. That one's inside for a strike. 0-2. And swinging a miss, got him chased one outside, and they go in order again. 3 up, 3 down, no hits, no runs, no errors. Loretto leads 13-0. You're listening to Mustang Baseball from Murfreesboro on the X Sports Radio Network.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition. Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
And we are back. First pitch to Jackson is a strike. And Jackson hits that one straight to the shortstop and 1 out. 13-0. Loretto still leads here in the top of the 3rd.
All right, Cam, we got Blade Tidwell up. First pitch in there for a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2. 0-2, 1 out. Loretto in control here, 13-0.
It's got to be close to that, though, if not under.
Ground ball towards short. Third baseman's going to cut it off, throw to first, in time. Had to dig it out at first base, but good play.
So Loretto quickly with 2 outs. Stanley Wilson alongside myself, Cam Ashburn. And the pinch hitter will be, let's see.
We'll check that in a moment. First pitch swung on and missed, strike 1. Samuel Sylvester, the batter.
It'll show when they go back.
That's in there for a strike. So 0-2 after a swung on and missed and a called strike. 2 out here in the top of the 3rd inning. Swung on and missed, strike 3, and that'll do it for Loretto. They go down 1-2-3. We head to the bottom of the 3rd. Loretto 13, Johnson City, the University School of Johnson City, nothing. You're listening to Exports Radio at the Class A State Championship here in Murfreesboro. Back in a moment.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition, Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
Welcome back to Murfreesboro here. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Loretto in control 13-0 over University School of Johnson City, the Junior Bucks. We got a lot of changes going on for Loretto. Ryan Weathers is out as pitcher, and Jacob Hallmark will be on the mound behind the plate. Get you those names in just a moment. Weathers going to go over to first base. And behind the plate will be Walker Brown. Walker Brown will be the new catcher. Trying to find out who the shortstop is right now. Yeah, I think Kendall Franklin moved from center field to short. First pitch out of Hare. We've got to get the center fielder here in just a moment. Swung on a miss. Strike 2, 0-2. Jacob Hallmark on the mound.
Jacob James. He's still in the right. Trying to figure out all the subs.
That one just missed. Check that count now. It's 2-1. Ball inside. They don't tell the press box the movements out there.
Of course, Hallmark hasn't got to pitch that much, as we mentioned early in the broadcast, that he had a really nasty ankle sprain in the state championship game on that Saturday, and he didn't really get to pitch. He missed a lot of baseball time this year. He's one of the better players on this team.
Pop up in the infield. Second baseman's calling for it, and he's got it. So Sharpton will take care of the batter. It'll be one out.
I hear you. There's all that milkshake we drank before the game. It's getting all of us tongue-tied. We shouldn't have done that. That was a bad idea.
Yeah, but it was good, though. Meredith, the batter, called strike from Hallmark, 0-1.
Pitcher number 6, Caleb Meredith.
So I've got 25 at first, 4 at shortstop.
Swing on a miss, strike 2, 0-2. So Jacob Hallmark coming in where Ryan Withers left off,
14 on the
throwing that heat.
8 at second. 13 in left. 22 in center.
Swing on a miss, strike 3. 3 pitches, more strikeout.
Well, we're on the same page at least. We're off or right, but at least
We're together. Yeah.
So we got McNatt in center and Morgan in left. Jacob James stays in right field. Tidwell at third, Franklin at short, Sharpton at second, Weathers over at first, Walker Brown behind the plate, and Jacob Hallmark on the mound. With the defending Class A state champion Loretto Mustangs. There's a wind in the pitch from Hallmark. Outside, ball 1.
Well, unless something drastic changes, they'll take on South Pittsburgh tomorrow.
And timeout's called. Coach Lamb's coming out, and he's wanting the home plate umpire to go with him out to the mound. I didn't see anything unusual. Did you, Cam?
He's got something going on with his ear.
Yeah, he was grabbing around his neck area, yep.
And they're having a discussion at the mound. Hallmark took his hat off and was kind of grabbing the back of his neck. One of those giant mosquitoes of the size of a
It could have been.
size of a hummingbird come up and got him. And they're laughing. Jackson was laughing, or Zach Dixon is behind the plate now. It is Dixon. Or is it still Jackson?
I thought it was Walker Brown.
Or Walker Brown, excuse me. Gunner would play first. You're right.
Yep.
It's Walker Brown. So Walker Brown was laughing on the way back.
Here's a pitch, swung on, foul ball down the left field line. Walker Brown, a champion bass fisherman.
He was. Won a big high school tournament last year. That should be coming up here soon. I get him and Gunner mixed up for some reason. To me, Walker looks like a gunner.
Curveball, misses outside.
He's a good kid. We had him in the studio one day for X-Sports Live, and he's
fun.
a funny kid. It's one of those you could just talk to for hours just because his mannerisms are just – it's just so funny.
2-1 pitch, swung on, fly ball toward right field. Jacob James having to go back. He can't get it. It's off the wall. Run around second. He's looking at third, and he's going to hold up right there at second base.
Wow. What a throw in from Jacob James.
The ball was hit a ton all the way to the wall. He was playing shallow, and he had a long way to go for it. But you're right, Kim. He made a great throw into second base to keep him right there. And we got a courtesy runner coming in.
That was the first hit in the game for University School, Johnson City. How do you say that? Johnson City University School or University School of Johnson City?
I think it's University School of Johnson City. Strike in there. It's affiliated with the East Tennessee State University, so you could say the University School in Johnson City. 0-1 pitch, runner at second. He looks back, throws to the plate, strike called.
The strike zone's pretty wide.
0-2.
13-0. Mustangs, if they can hang on to the 10-run lead at least.
Curveball just misses.
That was inside.
Loretto Faithful wanted that one.
It was inside. But if they can get to the 5th inning with a 10-run lead, this game will be over.
Ground ball foul.
Or through 5, I should say.
The dugout of the Junior Bucks.
Don't get too many run rules in the state championship or state tournament.
We're going to check that first game over on the other field. Ball outside. 2-2. I think there was Greenback playing Union City over there.
Union City was winning that one 6-0 last time I checked.
16-0 final. Wow.
Wow.
So there's another game. Ball outside.
And Greenback has been here many, many times. They've got a good – there's a small town. I don't know if you've ever been over in that area toward the lakes, out in that area. It's beautiful. Some of the prettiest parts of Tennessee. But
fly ball down the right field line. James going over for it. He's under it, and he's got it in the bullpen area for the 3rd out. So they strand one runner after a double. They remain scoreless. Your score, Loretto 13, University School in Johnson City, nothing. You're listening to Export Radio Network. Back in a moment.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition. Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
And welcome back to Murfreesboro and Middle Tennessee Christian. And I'm Cam Ashburn alongside Stanley Wilson. Sharpton comes to bat for the Mustangs.
First pitch fouled off. Meredith back on the mound for University School. Strike in there. Oh, 0-2 count. Loretto leading 13-0. Here's the one in the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. So 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning.
Tell you what, Meredith's come in and looked pretty good.
Yeah, he has.
For University School.
I think he's got 4 in a row now.
Yeah, he's put them down in order.
5 in a row, excuse me.
So Evan Morgan will be the batter for the Mustangs.
And first pitch swung on, ground ball towards second. Bembry up with it over to first, and Hare takes care of it. So 2 out just like that.
Well, I'm sure as you're less focused if you're a Mustang hitter. Of course, you still want to get a hit, but at the same time, your focus probably isn't going to be the same like it was in those first innings. You got a 13-0 lead. I'm sure you're already looking ahead to some degree.
Curveball in there for a strike.
Of course, Meredith, not to take anything away from him.
Scott McNatt, the batter. Fouled off to the right side. One of those inside-out swings. 2 out, 0-2 count. Top of the 4th inning, 13-0 Loretto leading. Strike three called. That'll do it for the Mustangs in the top of the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. Loretto 13, University School in Johnson City, nothing. You're listening to Exports Radio Network. Back in a moment.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition, Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
And welcome back to Middle Tennessee Christian School here in Murfreesboro. Sign of the first game of the state tournament for the Loretto Mustangs, where they lead in the bottom of the fourth, 13-0.
Hallmark back on the mound, Cam, and remind everybody we'll be back on Facebook Live at 12:30 tomorrow.
We're actually on YouTube tonight.
YouTube?
We're actually on YouTube. We've moved up in the world. How about that?
Didn't know that.
We're actually on YouTube, bud. You can
I
still
gotta
go
go
to our,
I got to go renegotiate my contract.
I know,
now.
right? Since we're on a bigger, yeah, I agree. But nonetheless, you can still go to the Facebook page, Exports Radio, or our Twitter page, @Exports Radio, and get a link to the YouTube page to follow us.
Shot down right behind the shortstop. Franklin's going to field it, but it was a little pop-up over his head. Nobody could get to it, so leadoff hit for the Junior Bucks of University School in Johnson City. So we can get a bigger paycheck now, huh? More zeros to go along with the zero?
Yeah. I mean, you times our current salary by at least
Forget Arby's. We're going
200.
to Toots.
Yeah. It's hard to give you a raise when you make zero, right?
First pitch upstairs. Similarly, you're the batter.
JP's probably sitting at home shaking his head. We'll get a text message in a minute.
Yeah. Braves are up 2-1 over the Phillies in the top of the 7th inning.
Nobody cares.
Oh, yeah, we do. Stephanie does. She wanted to know that, didn't you, Stephanie? Braves general manager and his entourage have already left the field.
I think all the scouts are gone.
Yeah.
There's a void in where they once were.
In there for a strike. Here, the batter here.
Oh, sorry, it was a ball. 2-1.
Count 2-1 now. Everybody on the same page. Here's the one. I'll throw over to first. Good move by Hallmark. But similarly back easily. Shouldn't say easily. He was back there head first. Ryan Weathers holding him over there. There's a strike. Evens it up at 2-2 now. Nobody out, runner at first. Loretto leading 13-0. First round of the Class A state championship in baseball. Inside almost hit him and got out of the way.
Columbia Academy and Gordonsville has went final. Columbia Academy wins 5-0, so they advance. Loretto and Columbia CA, of course, no stranger to one another. Played twice in the season. Loretto won both games.
Fly ball toward left field. Over is Morgan, and he gets it on the run. Throws it back in quickly. The runner from first was going, but now he's back. But Evan Morgan making a nice running catch going toward the free throw line.
Yeah, man, it's been a long day. It's baseball.
It's baseball.
It's baseball. Foul line.
Foul line.
Free throw line.
Yeah.
I tell you what, speaking of basketball, that first game of the state tournament this past year between Loretto and CA was as good a game as you'll see. Two excellent teams, and the winner of that game you felt like was going to win the state championship just the way, and that's the way it kind of played out. It was a 1-point victory for the Mustangs, but if CA had pulled through that game, they very well could have been the state champions as well.
Running going, fouled off. Hit and run was on the mind of University. A lot of good athletic teams in the Middle Tennessee area.
Of course, a lot of that's going to change in the coming year as the private schools will be forced to go to Division II.
Ball outside.
I'm going to say that's going to be good for some of them, and it's probably going to be bad for others.
Well, you can't make everybody happy.
No.
Throw
Pick
him
off
the
food,
first.
and they got him in a pickle.
He's going down to second. Throw down there, and they're going to tag him out.
Caught him sleeping, Stanley.
Yeah, kind of leaning towards second base a little bit. And Jacob Hallmark and Ryan Weathers bumping gloves there on a good play. So 2 out now, 1-1 count on the batter. That's Pollock. Loretto leading 13-0.
Just 2 hits in the game for University School.
In there for a strike. 1-2 now.
They had the worst record of any team here coming in at 23-11.
That one swung on and missed, trying to fish for it. So that'll do it for University School in the bottom of the 4th. We head to the top of the 5th. Your score remain Loretto 13, University School in Johnson City nothing. You're listening to Exports Radio.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition, Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
And welcome back to Middle Tennessee Christian. Jacob James is at the batter. 1-1 is the current count. Loretto leads 13-0. Here's Stanley Wilson.
All right, swing on a miss. Strike 2, 1-2 on Jacob. Meredith still back out there.
This may be the last time we see the Mustangs bat. And they caught a strike. There's an umpire that's ready to go home.
Yeah, he's ready to go eat too.
He's like, I've had enough of this game. Yeah, he ain't that tall. No, you're right.
So they'll bring up Ryan Weathers. He hit a 3-run bomb his last time up.
That was pretty eventful. And, of course, they would have to score 4 runs with University School if they want to extend this game in the bottom of the inning. And they've only got 2 hits so far, so it's looking good for the Mustangs.
We're going to miss strike 1.
That was a pretty nasty pitch. And the good thing about that is they saved Ryan Weathers as he only faced 6 batters. And they had a big lead, so they pulled him.
Ball outside.
And how is that a you
I don't
know,
know.
I mean,
that was closer to a strike than the other one.
Right.
Curveball swung on and missed.
He's got a good curve.
He does. It drops right off the plate.
Maybe the
Excuse me, the table. Yeah, the scouts left too early.
Yeah, maybe they did. Hey, well, there's some good talent up here.
1-2 pitch on his way. Swung on and missed. Strike 3. That'll do it for Ryan.
You don't see that too often. That's some good pitching.
The shortstop, number 4, Kendall Franklin.
And Kendall Franklin to come up. Was 2 out here. Popped up out of play. 0-1.
You know, you walk into Loretto High School, and there's 2 jerseys that are retired, or I think there may actually be a third one there now. But the 2 that were there when I was in school for the longest were David Weathers and Kelly Davis. Now Kelly Davis Weathers, Ryan's mom and dad. And I think the son will get his there in due time. I mean, considering he's been basketball MVP of the state tournament, 2-time Mr. Baseball.
And last year's baseball tournament MVP.
Right. So, I mean.
And holding a record of most strikeouts in the
state tournament.
State tournament, yep.
Yeah, it's I think it's only a matter of time for that happens.
Strike call, full down, 3-2 on Kendall Franklin.
And don't forget, he's got a sister coming up that's a really, really good basketball player and projected to be as good as her brother is in baseball at basketball. She's already got several schools looking at her.
But you know, Cam, I mean, you take Ryan out of the equation here, and Loretto's still got a pretty good ball team.
They really do. I mean, it's not really a one-trick pony. I mean, that certainly helps. But he didn't score all 13 runs by himself.
No, he didn't. And
I mean, and Hallmark's come in and pitched well. And Jacob's not their second best pitcher. He's not their third best pitcher. He might not even be their fourth best pitcher. You'll probably see Jacob James tomorrow.
Yep, he pitched a no-hitter last year against Gordonsville.
Of course, he's another lefty. And then, of course, you got Blade Tidwell sitting there if you need him. I'm going to say Blade's going to get a lot. You know, they're going to if Jacob gets in trouble tomorrow, they'll use Blade.
Ball outside, ball 4. So Franklin go down to first with 2 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 10-run rule in effect as his score is 13-0. Loretto leading.
Walker Brown's going to get the bat. Yeah, and it's definitely this game works in Loretto's favor because you know you saw a couple years ago when they got to the semifinals when this group was sophomores, they kind of ran into a little bit of a pitching problem. They didn't have the depth that they have this year. I mean, you've got your number 3 pitcher who's signed to Tennessee or committed to Tennessee. Still, you know, he may get in tomorrow. You know, that's going to be South Pittsburgh is a pretty good team. But chances are, you know, he's not going to get a start. And Walker Brown got all of that one.
But it's going to hook foul. He's out in front of it a little bit.
For a kid that don't get to play every day, you really want that for him. He's got a big smile on his face. He knows he just missed one. I think he's a fan favorite, don't you think?
Oh, yeah.
They're telling him to get his hands out in front.
Yeah,
he was out in front all right.
You know he's got to be a good teammate, too. The other kids love him.
Oh, he is. Of course, he's the bullpen catcher as the reserve.
Well, the umpire he's wanting to call timeout, but.
Well, the umpire hadn't granted it to him.
I think he just the umpire slapped his head and said, that was my fault. Ball low. I'm not sure what the count is. I think it's 3-2.
3-2, full count.
Ground ball back up the middle. Second baseman smothers it, throws to first. In time.
Oh, no. I don't know.
And the Loretto faithful don't like that one.
No, he was there.
A bang play.
He was really close, but, you know.
They call him out for the third out.
We don't have the angle he has, so we're not going to argue. It's 13-0.
Yeah, we go to the bottom of the fifth. If Loretto can keep them from scoring 4 runs, this game will be over. Your score, Loretto 13, University School in Johnson City nothing. We'll be back in a moment.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition, Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
What does your future look like? Sometimes it can be difficult to see what lies ahead. The good people at Elliott Insurance have more than 250 years combined experience specializing in preparing for the future. Whether insuring your business, your home, or just you, they can help you fast forward to a secure future. Find them on Facebook or visit one of their 3 locations in Lawrenceburg, Loretto, or North Alabama. Reduce your risk and protect your future with Elliott Insurance. Good people to do business with.
And welcome back to Middle Tennessee Christian. Loretto leads 13-0 here in the bottom of the 5th, and if they can keep University School from scoring 4, the game will be over.
Hallmark back on the mound. First pitch swung on and missed. Strike 1. Ball outside. Evens it up at 1-1 now. Bottom of the 5th, 10-run rule in effect. As Cam said, if I can keep them from scoring 4 runs, this one's over. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now. Here's the pitch. Ball outside. Evens it up at 2-2. There's a fly ball toward right field. Jacob James going back. He's not going to get there. He's going to take 2 hops and go to the wall. He's around first, headed to second. He's going to be standing up with a double. So the leadoff batter for University School. Again, I think it's like 3 innings in a row, Cam, that they've had a leadoff runner.
I think you're right. Of course, you wanted to mention major league scores. We'll mention another major league score. The Reds lead the Pirates 6-1.
Well, they're finally winning a game.
No, they are. Matt Harvey pitched tonight.
Oh.
He's pitching well, and it's a surprise. Maybe all he needed was a change of scenery.
He just had to get out of that New York limelight.
Maybe that was it.
Fouled from back to the screen, 0-1. What do they call him up there, the Dark Knight?
Yeah. Yeah.
What's his Cincinnati nickname?
I guess the Chili Knight. I don't know.
Very good. I like that.
The Queen. It's Queen City.
Beamer, the batter, swung on and missed. DeGennaro is at second base.
DeGennaro. It's hard for the Alabama boy to say, isn't it?
The pizza guy, he's at second base. Popped up out of plate. So 0-2 count. Runner at second. Hallmark working from the stretch. Looks back, takes another look. Winds and fires to the plate. Curveball fouled off. Count remain 0-2.
There was another scout here tonight that's a team that I've heard a lot of people say is very interested in Ryan's, the San Diego Padres. And they had a scout here tonight. Also heard the Rangers and Milwaukee. It's a few of the teams. I mean, you never know. We'll find out in a week and a half on the 4th, Monday evening. It's got to be pretty exciting for Ryan and his family.
Hallmark twirls and fakes a throw to second. He's back. They should know pretty early where he's at.
Yeah, it's the first round for sure.
That one's fouled off, trying to fight it off.
And, you know, you go from, in a 2-week span, you go from graduating high school to potentially winning a state baseball tournament, potentially.
And winning Mr. Baseball again.
Winning Mr. Baseball. And then getting drafted in the Major League first round. It's a pretty whirlwind couple weeks.
1-2.
There's no question he's getting drafted. It's just where.
Oh, just missed outside.
Tell you what.
Umpire, I think he wanted to raise his hand, but he didn't do it. 2-2.
It's not a consistent strike zone. No outs.
2-2 pitch on its way. That one's fouled off. Tell you what, Bimmer's fighting for a base hit up there.
Yeah, he's hanging in there.
And Jacob Hallmark throwing some heat.
Hallmark's, he's been in the game since Weathers come out. So he come out in the 3rd. He's pitched pretty well. Only given up 3 hits. No earned runs.
Curveball misses upstairs, didn't break. Loretto scored 3 in the top of the first, 10 in the top of the second, and that's where we stand now, 13-0. Full count, runner at second. Hallmark winds and fires. Strike 3 called looking.
That's the same pitch he caught a ball a minute ago. I mean, it was in the exact same spot.
So Bimmery goes down looking. So 1 out.
2 outs away from moving along.
Brent Hare stands up. He's got the hair, doesn't he? The curly locks coming out from underneath that helmet. First pitch in there for a strike.
If they win this, they'll go to the semifinals tomorrow afternoon, midday.
Foul back. 0-2 count, 1 out.
I have no idea who's calling that game. We may be back up here tomorrow.
We could. Stay tuned.
You'll find out when we find out, right?
Ball inside. Makes it 1-2 now. 1 out.
I mean, that was the one he called strike 3 a minute ago. Maybe a touch slower.
Way outside.
Yeah, that's twice he's thrown that curve, and neither time has it's come back around. He's starting it way out there. It's almost like it slips out of his hand a little bit. He's not getting a good bite on it.
Ball inside, gets away from Brown. Runner's going to go down to third with no throw. So it'll make it a full count now with 1 out and runner at third. Fly ball toward right field. Jacob James going back, and he makes the catch. Runner at third's tagging up, and he's going to score standing up.
Tell you what, if he hadn't been 6'7", he ain't catching that one.
He reached up and caught it. Nice catch there by Jacob James out in right field for Loretto. Makes it 2 out, and bases are clear now, but score now is Loretto 13, University School of Johnson City 1.
So they still need 3 runs to get this game over with.
Here's Meredith up.
Home plate umpire may have a lot to say about that. Strike zone may be pretty wide.
Oh, 1 count. Ball way outside.
Tell you what, Meredith came in and he pitched really well. University School, of course, they're not done. They go get to play tomorrow as well. The road just becomes much more difficult.
Ball inside. Yeah, they'll play Trinity Christian, team that South Pittsburgh beat. That game will go on at 10 o'clock. And then right after that will be the South Pittsburgh and Loretto game.
Well, that's a quick turnaround. This game's going to get over much later than they anticipated. Now it's 2-2. Stanley, you're 1 strike away.
First round of the Class A state championship. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Swung on ground ball towards first. Weathers with it. Hallmark covering the bag, and they got him for the out. Score it 3-1, and that'll do it. As Loretto will take a 13-1 win over University School in Johnson City to head to the second round in the winner's bracket to face South Pittsburgh tomorrow. Let's take a quick break. We come back, we'll wrap this one up. You're listening to Exports Radio. Back in a moment.
Have you ever heard about the new pediatric care clinic for the love of kids? My name is Cohen, and my Grammy Melanie Stone is now offering well child checkups, vaccines, and sick visits at For the Love of Kids, located in the Stone Professional Building at 726 North Locust. Call 244-7404 and let our family take care of your family.
For 3 decades, owner Mike Mashburn has arrived at Mashburn's Collision well before his employees. You see, he likes to make sure everything is ready for the day and put his stamp of approval on the previous day's work. Mike understands that quality repairs are what keeps the doors open, and having your name on the building means a lot around here. His 2 sons are continuing the Mashburn's tradition, Mashburn's Collision Center, Southern Middle Tennessee's most trusted collision repair facility.
No, I don't know what to say.
And we were hot. We were back live. Stanley Wilson over
sorry.
here. He's having fun.
I got Stephanie, the scorekeeper here,
Yeah.
helping us out.
Yeah, so Loretto wins 13-1, and they will move on to play South Pittsburgh tomorrow at 12 o'clock.
12:30.
12:30.
So, but Cam, they just came in here and took care of business. The defending state champions got a lot of late start. We had to wait about 15 minutes to get the game going. Started finally at 7:30,
an hour late.
But it didn't cool off the bats as Loretto scored all 13 of their runs in the first 2 innings. Ryan Weathers with the big hit in the top of the second inning with a 3-run homer. He finishes 1 for 4 with the three RBIs. Kendall Franklin had 2 hits out of 3 at bats with 1 RBI.
Blade Tidwell with 2 hits and Hallmark with 2 hits.
And Jackson had 1 with 2 RBIs. So Evan Morgan with 2 RBIs also. Winning pitcher Ryan Weathers, and I think he pitched like 25 pitches.
Yeah, that's best case scenario. I mean, that's absolutely best. Last year he was right at that 75 pitch mark. Was able to come back in on Friday, and they've changed the rules since then. So he wouldn't have been able to pitch this year if it would have been, or last year if it had been under this year's rules. But 25 pitches is best case scenario. He will start on Friday if they make it that far. There's no question.
Well, he faced 6 batters, struck out 5 of them, and then Jacob Hallmark came in and pitched 3 innings of relief. He gave up 1 run. That was on a sacrifice fly in the last inning that he pitched, and he struck out 3. He did a great job, too. Both of them did not walk a batter. So good pitching effort by the Loretto Mustangs tonight. They take a big win here in the first round, 13-1 over University School in Johnson City. Thank you, Stephanie. So, Cam, let's wrap this one up and get ready to come right back up here tomorrow to play at 12:30. We want to say congratulations to the Summertown girls softball team. They won 6-2 over Whitwell, and they'll play tomorrow afternoon at 4 o'clock. So after we wrap up here against South Pittsburgh at 12:30, if Loretto wins, they will move on to the Thursday's game at 2 o'clock. But if they lose, then they have to battle their way out of the losers bracket, which means they have to come back at 5 o'clock and play against the winner of the Trinity Christian game and the University School in Johnson City. So You want to win that game tomorrow. That's kind of a bigger game than it is this first round game here, because if you lose tomorrow, you got to play a doubleheader.
Yeah, it is. It's a big game, and the first two games. You're right. The doubleheader would be. It might actually. It's not going to matter. The Mustangs either way have a lot of pitching.
Yep.
They have good depth, and they need a good start from Jacob tomorrow. If they can get that, if he pitches well, he had a rough start his last game. If he can pitch a little better than that, I think that would be good. Of course, South Pittsburgh's a good team, but Loretto is as well, so it'll be a fun matchup.
All right, that'll do it for us. And wrap it up, Mr. Mashburn.
So tomorrow, come back and we'll have the Loretto Mustangs versus South Pittsburgh, 12:30. You've been listening to the Loretto Mustang Baseball on the X Sports Radio Network. Until then, so long from Murfreesboro.